So guys, every time I go to Red Ridge now, I have here some special memories. It was here that me and my girlfriend made a friend to play with us on the public test realm that stayed with us forever, ever since we have been playing on Ascension. Now, instead of having always one mage with me, sometimes I will have two mages with me, which is a dream for a warrior. Especially during leveling. When we were low level, these Red Ridge quests were really tough, and without more help, only two people could be very difficult to pull off. The scaling and sometimes the fast response can take you off by surprise and you might get killed. I think overall most of the people are having very positive experiences and very positive interactions with other players in this realm. The way you can turn on and off war mode and high risk PvP or the scaling, or just enter a dungeon by foot to avoid the scaling on the dungeon, it seems the developers have tried to cater to everyone's tastes. Grouping up for some quests has been essential, otherwise it will be very difficult to do them. It is great to see people running around to pick up World Forged items, World Forged Mystic enchants, and just everyone exploring every single corner of the maps. Many times, many of these parts of the game were not explored, nobody cared about them, they were completely ignored, and now everywhere it feels like every part of the game has a few more reasons to exist and be there. We were trying to fight our way through, but we ended up doing the corpse walk of shame when we noticed everyone was doing it, to rush to the kill target room instead of fighting through all the elite mobs. Too many people make these fights very easy and completely different than what I was experiencing in the public test realm. In busy areas you need to be careful when casting AoE abilities, because some people are pulling lots of mobs and then they die at some spot and these mobs can aggro onto you. We ended up clearing all the quests in this zone, the three of us together, just like we did on the PTR. Sadly, we ended up falling a little bit behind because I've been distracted, of course, looking at the auction house. Sometimes I'm shocked at how much gold people are willing to pay in some of the variety items and how much gold they are selling for. I also have some hot takes on the scaling system, because I think while it is great because you can really give the players a lot more choice and freedom, at the same time it does throw off the progression a little bit to me. Sometimes you will see very high level players in lower level zones and they are able to quest there. Therefore some lower level zones can be a little bit more crowded sometimes than what you would otherwise expect. But for players doing the prestige system where they reach maximum level and then they reset to the first level to redo the whole leveling process on the same character, those players should be able to enable scaling to make the leveling process less monotonous. Also, on these busier lower level zones, more people are popping off scrolls which reward buffs for the people on that zone, and that will always attract more players. We also ended up questing the three of us together in Duskwood. Of course, for the screenshots I had to be near my girlfriend, otherwise she will get jealous. On the first few days crashes were more common, but they are becoming very rare right now. We still had a lot of fun in Duskwood. Here, this is one of those special things where you pick up a ring from a corpse and the ring is called the Jitters. This is really funny and really fits well the themes of Duskwood. Getting attacked while wearing this ring can proc a fear effect on your attacker. Of course, many of the mobs here in Duskwood are immune to fear, so you do need to keep that in mind. This quest NPC actually has the name of a jazz guitar player. Playing on Bronzebeard you do get a more modern feeling than what you would get on the classical versions of World of Warcraft. I am able to do bigger pulls, it's easier to survive bigger pulls, it's easier also to get aggro. Everyone gets to be a little bit on a more aggressive playstyle. I think it's either as modern as Wrath of the Lich King or maybe as modern as Cataclysm. But then when you just start to think that the game is too easy and nothing is challenging you, you find your own challenges, you start to kill a rare mob or an elite and suddenly you are in for a fight. Because I had Mezzy and Soninho with me, I was able to kill this spider Naraxis. The spider was level 27 and at level 22, even while having two mages helping me, I almost died. Sometimes the drops are worth it, sometimes they aren't. It's always a discovery. Going to Stormwind right now is pure insanity. I'm completely sure, just by looking at this city, that there are more than 10,000 players online on this realm, on this server right now. It has been always very easy to group up with people for quests, for dungeons and for any activities, but right now over time more and more I start to see people displaying vanity, showcasing more and more crazy stuff inside the main big cities. I've recently also tried playing with the scaling off, and it is really good for professions or for world PvP, because the mobs are not as dangerous as before, in lower level zones of course. The person who is the party leader will have the scaling on or off, and that will be the scaling applied to the whole party. I think many people don't know this, because when they have scaling and they join someone that doesn't have scaling in the party, they just leave and they don't ask for leader. Sometimes I end up giving leader before they have time to leave if I'm without scaling, so they can understand that change. This also happens mainly if the person is a little bit higher than you on the levels. If it's someone of your level or lower level, it won't make much of a difference, and usually people don't even notice it. I ended up staying a little bit late instead of sleeping and messing up my sleep schedule just to travel really far away looking for a mystic enchant for warrior, and I was really surprised at how useful the feather flight pets were. This is a zone that I know very well from when I was playing in the Horde, and I had to travel here to get the spell block mystic enchant. I forgot to turn off the scaling, all the mobs were at least my level, and at the same time I didn't have my mages with me, so fighting alone for the first time, these things were a little bit more dangerous. I ended up having to spend quite a little bit of time trying to farm these mobs, and also some people would go around questing here. I was still able to hold my own if I did a smart usage of my cooldowns, and I ended up finally getting the Mystic Enchant while I was already not even recording, almost giving up on my hopes of getting this Mystic Enchant to prevent me from taking so much magic damage. Because it was very late on the server, I ended up taking opportunity to do some mining, and most of the mining nodes were available to me at the time, which was very nice of course. While traveling, I noticed that every quest hub I came across was always full of new players, full of people just doing stuff there. It was really wholesome to see that the world was packed with people everywhere. The mining proved itself very useful to get me the Callboard Cache quests done, because these will reward very important caches for when you reach maximum level. You can also get lots of runes of Ascension doing this. This is a great idea to make the game feel more busy, more alive. People are running around always doing stuff, because these lower level zones need to still have a reason to be used in the game, and this way they have, because they have these lower level materials. And also the lower level crafts of the profession stay meaningful instead of becoming completely obsolete. Just notice how fast I'm smelting right now, and this is happening because of these scrolls. So if you are in a zone where people are using these scrolls, sometimes you can spam a profession really quick. Traditionally, in vanilla WoW you have lots of downtime, lots of moments where you can just go AFK because there is happening some mindless, boring, time-consuming task, but here there is this go mentality where everything goes by really quickly. Sometimes I feel I'm bombarded with lots of stuff to keep me entertained and engaged. I think the Ascension team is very well aware of this, because they even created a newcomers channel for the world chat, where you have the regular world chat and then you have the newcomers channel to help out with new players. They are aware that this might be a little bit overwhelming and there might be so many new things that people might need some help. They also have a mentoring system in the UI, but I'm not sure yet how does it work, so I'm not really delving too deep into that right now. Sometimes I get distracted by the sheer technical ability of the things the developers are able to pull off with this user interface and the mechanism that they were able to add to this old client. Tell me how your experience has been. I've been having a lot of fun leveling. Of course, I want to address some of the more controversial topics. There are a few issues, because this is not really Classic Plus or a vanilla-like experience, and I think everyone agrees on that, everyone comprehends and understands it. And while there are many things that are here inspired by retail and other forms of World of Warcraft, the way everything comes together here feels a bit different, it seems a bit different. Sometimes when people try to risk it and go for something completely new and for some some more radical ideas, it's very hard to fit in because you don't even fit in one crowd or in the other crowd. But I do believe many people in the community are enjoying this for what it is. You just have to enjoy things at face value and try to not judge everything too much, otherwise you are taking away some of your own happiness from your own experiences. Every server has a good side and a bad side, and this is no exception, but I think here many people are really enjoying it and having fun with it. It's okay to have different tastes and like and dislike a few different features. I've been having a blast while leveling a bit more casually. I could be really grinding it out and be close to max level already, but it's not the point of playing this kind of server. Instead, I'm just casually enjoying my time and having fun with it. I must also say that I haven't had many toxic interactions, so the community seems to be on the better side for private servers. And I really hope you guys are also having positive experiences and having a good time. Thank you for your likes on the videos, comments and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate your attention to my videos. Thank you so much. I wish you guys all the best, have a great day, and I hope I see you guys in the game.